Hello outdoor eaters and welcome back to my show. So in the past days we really had a lot of snow here. It was snowing constantly and the snowflakes were so big they were basically meatballs. And that really reminded me of that movie, It's Raining Meatballs. So I said to my girlfriend, well, you know what? Why don't we make spaghetti meatballs? This is the absolute first time that we cook on the snow, and I am glad that we're doing it in this gorgeous place. After some walking, we finally find a nice spot. The next thing to do was to prepare the fire. We cheated a little bit and we took a lot of wood with us. I was a little bit concerned about the fire because this is my first snow fire, but we will improvise along the way. Recipe step 1. Take some old bread and soak it in some milk. Step number 2. Enjoy a beer. Now chop some garlic with some fresh herbs. Combine the herbs and the garlic with the bread. I know that it seems like I'm using a lot of bread, but believe me, it will make the meatballs extremely tender. Now it's time to add your meat. I am using pork, but you can use any kind of meat. Add an egg and some salt, black pepper, some lemon zest, and be very generous with the Parmesan cheese. Very generous. Now you have to combine all the ingredients very well. And now it's time to make the meatballs. So take a piece of dough and roll it into your hands until you get a nice ball. The next thing to do is to cover the meatballs in flour. I am using semola flour because that's the one that I had, but you can use any kind of all-purpose flour. And just like so, your meatballs are done. Now I'm preparing the fire for cooking. I will use the cast iron for the meatballs, and I will put some water in the other pot for the pasta. This was one of the most difficult fires that I ever had to manage, because the hole was constantly expanding and my setup was moving. But now oil in the cast iron and let's get the pan nice and hot. We will take the meatballs now and gently place them inside of the pan. For a better result, I suggest you to deep fry the meatballs. I won't be doing that today for practical reasons. Oh boy, this fire was so difficult to manage and my pan got a little bit too hot, but I was able to save the meatballs just in time. Once you have seared the meatballs, put some tomato sauce in the pan, followed by some water. Unfortunately, I didn't have some fresh basil, but if you guys have it, now is the time to put it in. For the spaghettis, combine 200 grams of semola flour with 70 grams of water. The dough needs to have a sandy texture, just like so. And now rest it for at least an hour, better if overnight. The machine that we're using is called the pasta torchio, and it's super fun to use if you like to make your own pasta. Put the pasta dough inside of the machine and start making some pasta. I have to warn you here guys, because what you're just about to witness, it's called Italian pornography. That, my friends, is beauty at its finest. And now I will shut up and let you enjoy the show. Whoa, that was intense. That was pure poetry to me. Now tell me, is there anything in the world that is better looking? I don't think so. Fairy tale is over, and now let's get back to the recipe. Add some butter to the sauce and adjust salt. Put some salt also in the boiling water. Put the pasta inside of the water. This is fresh pasta, so it will cook only a few minutes. The pasta is about 70% cooked, but we will drain it and finish the cooking inside of the sauce. I was so excited there that I almost missed the pan. As you guys can see, the sauce is still pretty runny and watery, but it will reduce a little bit while the pasta is cooking. But what's most important is that the pasta will release some of its starch inside of this sauce and it will thicken it. This pan is way too heavy to toss, so I will continue with my wooden spoon. The pasta should be done by now, and we are ready to put it on a plate and to give it a taste. Pay attention to the sauce now, because as you can see it has thickened. It sticks to the pasta. The texture of the pasta is also great. But now look at this. It looks like the pasta is dancing with the fork. Oh, that's so nice to watch. Sorry guys if I'm so excited, but I told you that this for me is Italian pornography. Now let's take some of those meatballs and put them right on top. Don't forget to add some parmesan.
This is how you do spaghetti meatballs on a campfire. Cheers everybody! It's delicious. It's so good, way better than the pasta that you find in any restaurant. This is crazy, and the best part about it is that we did it on that fire. That's so good.
I think that this is the first and the last time that I am doing a fire on a snow. But anyway, thank you very much for watching Outdoor Eaters.